Hey guys, TBS here, and it's another day that Barcelona are top of the table in the Spanish league. Solid win against an opponent that, fair enough, has not been on the best of form, but got the better of us in the earlier season. It's no longer time about getting those sexy results. It's time to get your 3 points. The title race is too close, and you cannot make mistakes. You have to get these games over the line, and that's what Barcelona did today. They've extended their lead for another week at least on top of the table and gone through an opponent which, to be honest, I thought we were gonna potentially drop points. The starting lineup, of course, it was your strongest lineup. I'm surprised to see Fermin starting. He was taken off at halftime anyway, and he looked pretty pissed off. But hey, I mean, he didn't really affect the game. I think this game mostly is about Olmo, the super sub. Ferran Torres also came on, changed the game. I mean, this guy, if he could stay fit, that's his only thing. If Dani Olmo can stay fit, he's the best number 10 in the world. I'd argue he's at least the most effective number 10 in the world. Maybe he's not as good as someone like a Musiala, but I do think as a proper number 10, purely as a number 10, I do think he's in conversation. But we know Olmo. He's going to play 2-3 games. He's going to be out for another few weeks again. So I really hope that Hansi Flick, with this new genetic testing that they're doing in the United States of America, maybe figure out something, a different way of training him so he avoids his injuries, because that is the only way this 50 to 60 million that was spent on Olmo is worth it. He can be good as much as you want, but if he's not fit for half the season, it doesn't matter. But obviously came on, and I mean, the way his first touch and then the shot with his weaker foot, I mean, he just wins you these games where teams are pushed back, they're physical, it's the deadlocks. He can find that space in the middle to do something. He can always do something in that middle space, right behind the striker. And not only that, but I do think in terms of a leadership role, I think he's up there in the Barcelona dressing room. Remember, this is a very young dressing room, a very, very young dressing room, and Olmo is on his prime right now. He's about 26, I believe. So he's really one of the most experienced players in that dressing room. I do think that in the knockouts, this guy will be crucial. I still have my doubts about midfield of Dani Olmo, Pedri, and Casado. I mean, every game, but I do think that what this guy needs is a DM. If you have Dani Olmo in the number 10 position, if you have Pedri right behind him, controlling, creating, etc., Bernal when he comes back, somebody like that, I think this team then would be extremely balanced. I think Casado has done great, but for me personally, I can see issues with him being a starter long term. As a backup, I have no issue, but as a starter, I don't think so. And obviously, you cannot play with Pedri and De Jong as your midfield too. You put Gavi there. I don't know. Pedri and Gavi at the base of the midfield doesn't really fit. So I have some long-term squad playing issues with Olmo, but as a super sub, who has a more dangerous option off the bench than Dani Olmo? Like the weapons that this team have overall, it's amazing. Like there's so many ways this team can attack you. As long as everyone is concentrated, as long as everyone is giving 100%, you are going to be dangerous against anyone. You can beat anyone. And not only that, but I want to talk a little bit about Ferran Torres. Give him some respect because the way this guy has been playing recently, he accepts his backup role. He's not a starter, but as a 12th man, as your first substitute, comes in, scores goals, doesn't complain, has chemistry with a lot of the team. Listen, I still to this day, I'm not a big fan of Torres. I don't think he's good enough to be playing for Barcelona, but when he's on these purple patches, and that's what it is, don't tell me that this is the new Torres, this is how he's always going to play. No, he has these purple patches. And when he's on them, he's a useful player. He's a very useful player. And I hope he continues like this for as long as possible. And you know what? I'm not even going to say anything more. I'm going to keep it positive. He did well today, just like he's done for the past few months now. Not creating issues and working hard. His mentality is really something that the rest of the team should look as a motivation to continue working, and they will get their chance as well. Again, not as a starter, but as a substitute, he's that guy right now. And Lewandowski, he has to watch his back. Because, okay, I still think that we need a starting striker, somebody like a proper 9, right, to start the games. But this guy, man, he cannot play 90 minutes anymore. He has to demand more from himself because he started well and he's dropped off. And that's a consistent theme with Lewandowski at Barcelona. He starts the season very well, but he ends very poorly. And if you want to win the Champions League, if you want to win a treble, you need your striker to be performing. But yeah, man, other than that, the rest of the team played extremely well. Lamine Yamal, great. Rafinha got his GA. Ballon d'Or push is still going. Pedri, again, performed like always. So overall, huge 3 points. And on to the next one. Atleti's coming up in the Copa del Rey. Guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody. TBS out.